In this video, we're gonna swap out the hinges on our 2016 Harley Davidson Road Glide Ultra. We're gonna go with these saddlebag hinge covers from Ciro 3D. The main reason I'm switching to these saddlebag hinge covers from Ciro 3D is because we're going from chrome to black. And these are going to be really sexy, so let's go ahead and get them installed and check it out, see what it looks like. So to remove the face plate for the hinge cover that you've got right now, you just want to lift this up, and then there's 1, 2, 3 screws here. These again are T15s, and again I think I'm just going to go ahead and use the ratchet. Old hinge cover pops right off. So we'll set that aside. All right, we have our saddlebag lid prepped and ready to go, but we need to take a look at these new hinge covers from Ciro 3D and see what's going on in the box. So we're gonna just lift this out, and we've got our 2 hinge covers with all the wiring, wire harness, a bunch of zip ties, a couple of grommets, bunch of these little sticky pads here, basically some screws and things, everything we're gonna need to do this install. Pretty excited to be switching some of the hardware over to black, because I think black on the Superior Blue just looks super sharp. So I think this is gonna be really a neat way to go in the future here. Start switching things over to black as much as possible. We're going kind of a black and chrome theme, mix it up a little bit for now, but eventually I think I'm going to try to get as much switched over to black as I possibly can. We do need to get our box of goodies again because it comes with different screws. Choose your corresponding faceplate. A little bit of Loctite on these guys. I'm gonna get them all kind of started here before I tighten them down much. All right, we're not gonna crank down on these, but we are gonna make sure that they're nice and snug. Let's just see how that black looks on the blue. I do like that. That's going to be pretty slick, I feel like. All right, folks, we're back another day. It's been a few days since we installed the saddlebags that you saw in the last video. So now it's time for me to continue with the installation of the Ciro 3D hinge covers here in the gloss black, which looks, I've always thought that was just a classy, clean look. The chrome looks great too. I know, the big debate, chrome versus black. Whatever. I like both, and we're gonna see how it looks mixed up. I don't know how this is gonna go, but we'll figure it out. All right, let's finish this part of the project up so we can get to the next one. So one thing I wanted to point out is that you don't actually have to completely remove the saddlebag lid to do this install. It's just the fact of the matter was it was easier to do it while I was swapping bags anyways and already had the lid off to get the faceplate on. All right, so what we want to do is just put some tape right below where this hinge cover is. Probably should have used a little bit longer piece. But this is just going to help protect the paint for this next part. All right, just put that on like that. That way when we open this, you'll see that we're gonna have to undo this tether again. So then when we release the tether, the lid is gonna be completely loose, okay? So that was a T15. And I'm just gonna release it from this side because it's easier. As always, I just like to put the screws right back in their place so they don't disappear on us. The hinge is just pushing against the saddlebag, so that's why we want to be real careful here. And now for the fun part that we've all been waiting for, I'm sure. It's time to drill holes in the bag. Now, the last time I drilled holes in my motorcycle, I got a ton of crap because I had the wrong tools. But this time, I have the right tools because I have a step bit now. So I don't know how many comments I received in that video about, should have had a step bit, should have had a step bit. I get it. I should have. No, I do. These are from Milwaukee. And good price on these. Way better value going with this than buying the step bits individual at Home Depot. So if I can find a link to this, I will throw it in the description down below. We need to drill a couple pilot holes, and then we need to step it up to a 9/16. Let me grab my drill. I guess for a pilot hole, we'll just use a 1/8. This one needs to go right here. Alright, there's our pilot hole for that one. And then if you just want to mark where 9/16 is, you can use like a paint stick or whatever. That's this line here. About a 9/16 tapered hole there. Let's see if we can get the grommet in. If you could fit your drill in from this way, it would be good to open up that hole a little bit more. But not easy to get a good angle in there. So actually, if you had a 90-degree bit drill, so you could go in this way, that would be brilliant. Now we need to try to insert the grommet into that hole that we just made. It's not going to be super easy, but I mean, it'll obviously work. But you're going to want like a small screwdriver and some glass cleaner or something to just get it wet. Make it a little slippery. Soapy water. It's a great plan. I think going from the inside is going to be the easiest way to do it. Honestly. I don't know if you can see, but we've almost got it all the way through. Just this little bit down here is being a bit stubborn, which is probably not even that big a deal, but there we go. Grommet is through. Okay? Whew, that was some work right there. Alright, now we can remove or undo our wire bundle here a little bit. Every video I've watched says to be careful with the pins because they're a little bit delicate. So basically you just don't want to pull on them. We're going to insert them through the grommet here. If we can get them all through at once. Otherwise we may want to just do a couple at a time. So just take your time here and carefully push these through the grommet. We can see them sticking out the other side here, but we don't really want to pull on them a whole lot. Hopefully we'll see this black coming through here. Once that starts coming through, it's nice and easy. Probably leave a little bit of slack there, I don't know. We can put that down in there. And now you can go ahead and reinstall your tether. See how she closes? No problem, no worries, nothing. Good. Alright, our next step is going to be to remove the saddlebag and bring it back over to our table. I've still got that blue pad up there, so it's a nice safe spot. It's not going to get scratched up. Alright, now they say to measure 2 inches down from your front saddlebag retainer. So that's this one here. If you're going to do that, be very careful if you're not using a cloth tape measure. 2 inches below the front saddlebag retainer. Boom, right there. Here we go. pilot hole. And again, we're going to take it down to 9/16, nice and straight. So you got all this plastic confetti everywhere now, so give that to your kids on Christmas morning and they can make a mess. Then you send your new robot vacuum after it and everything is fine. Everything is fine. Now that that's done, we're going to take another grommet. This one might be alright to do from the outside in. We'll see. Now here, if you're using a screwdriver, you're going to want to be real careful that you don't slip off the grommet and scratch the heck out of your paint. It is the back side of your bag, so maybe it's not the end of the world, but you just still hate to see that happen, right? Take your time. Work it in. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Alright, now this next part you could do on or off the bike. I'm not sure what would be easiest in our case, because you're not going to be able to get a very good view of it from here. Certainly. I'll probably end up just putting this back on the bike and doing this part. But basically, what you're going to do, in case I can't get a good view of it over there, figure out how you want to run your cable. Then we use these little sticky pads here, and they have spots for zip ties to go through. And then once your zip tie is through there, you can use it to tie your wiring into place. I think they give plenty with the kit, so I don't think we'll have any trouble. We're gonna try to manage these cables as well as we can. I'm gonna do it on the bike though. I might actually get the wire started through the grommet off of the bike though. That one went through way better, so I'm saying I didn't get that hole drilled out quite large enough on the other side, because this whole process is going better already. So I'm just going to get this pulled through enough so that it's easier to get when we're on the bike. So they give you 14 of these little sticky pads, so that means there's 7 for each bag, and use them wherever you feel like you need to. Now we should go ahead and just wipe down the inside of this bag so that those will stick better. To make sure it's clean and not any dust or anything. If I just use some glass cleaner there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my first sticky pad right below where the wire comes into the bag. Boom. Now I'm going to run another one right here. I'm going to keep this cable nice and tight all the way around here. The tighter it is, the less likely that it's going to get caught on anything in our travels. The idea is not even to know what's there, okay? So far so good. We've used 1, 2, 3 of those sticky pads. That means there's 4 left for us. And one thing I did on my old bags is, after I got all this kind of wired in place or secured in place, I obviously went back through, cut off all the tag ends, but then I had gaffer tape, and I just put gaffer tape all along too, and that kind of helped hide the wire as well. But I mean, it is a saddlebag, so maybe that's a little carried away. I don't know. Go ahead and cut off all the tag ends. So for right now, I'm just going to leave this alone. I've got the wiring wrapped around here. I've got some extra wire here. Not quite sure how I'm going to deal with that quite yet. But I need to get the left saddlebag done. I'm not going to bore you with that installation since you just saw me do this one. So far, so good. We've got all the wiring ran around the bags. We're good to go there. Our next step is going to be to remove the seat, which is very easy. You should know how to remove your seat already. So the one with the brown wire is going to go to the right side of the motorcycle. The one with the violet goes to the left side of the motorcycle. It's always fun trying to do wire management on these things, right? I just want to point out, as long as we're right here at this point in the project, that Ciro does really nice instructions with everything that they sell. I'm always very impressed with their instructions, how they're written out. The pictures and diagrams are very clear and easy to see what's going on. I wanted to point that out is because for this part, we need to pin the wires into the connectors. And I know that stresses people out, but they've got it listed very well here, how to do it and what colors go where. So I'm going to walk you through that process right now. But if you don't have me right by your side, the instructions are very clear here. Alright, so you get these two loose connector ends in the baggie and the little packaging from Ciro 3D. And what you're going to do is just plug those onto each end of the wire here. They can only go one way. You'll see they clip on like so. So we're going to loosely put those on there. Like that. Keeping in mind that the brown wire goes to the right side of the motorcycle, violet goes to the left side of the motorcycle. Now, you'll have your wires exposed here at each end, and according to the paperwork, red goes to red. You can see, probably not on camera, but if you're looking at this and you're holding it with the clip side up here, it's kind of a, I would say like a tombstone shape or whatever, and the wires, the pins on the wires have that same shape. So just make sure you put them in the right way. You got to make sure these go in the right way. The little clip thing goes up, red to red. And if you need to, use a pick. Click. Blue to blue. Click. Yellow to purple. Click. Black to black. Click. A little tug. Good. Good. Everything should be hooked up. Alright, so with that, the install is complete. Should be complete anyways. We need to test it out and see how it works. Hopefully both sides, the lights will come on. And we're going to go ahead and do that before we get any further in the project, because we got to do some wire management and things like that. But let's check them out. Alright. Right side's on. Left side's on. Check functionality. I'm going to get you guys a good look at this too eventually, but for right now I'm just going to test it out. We've got run and turn, hazard lights, brakes, run, brake, turn. Boom, we're golden. That part of the install is done. We just need to tidy up these wires, and I'm gonna probably leave you on your own for that, just because you may want to do it a little bit different than I do. I'm just gonna do my best to get them hidden. So there we go, the lights are working. I'm gonna get you guys some nice shots at the end of the video so you can see what it looks like. Super clean, gloss black on superior blue, fantastic. We're not done yet though, folks. We've got a lot more parts to install on this bike before the season's over, and hopefully more is coming. So this is where we're at for this video. We're gonna call it done. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Like I said, we've got more coming, so hit that subscribe button if you're interested in seeing what's coming up next. And that's going to do it. Stay safe out there as always. Have a good one. We'll catch you next time right here on Touring Midwest.